I'm really enjoying this menu music. That's something I didn't expect to be saying when coming into this game. Hi, this is Average Joe. That's my name. It's not actually my name. The Joe part's real though. I'm not lying to you there. I'm going to turn this music down a bit. It's a bit loud, isn't it? Sorry about that. Where was I? Yeah. My name may or may not be Average Joe, and I am being late to the party today. I mentioned a few videos ago that I bought some new Steam games. I say new Steam games, I bought some old Steam games, but the games that are new to me, that is the important thing, in the Steam Summer Sale. And one of them is this game, Layers of Fear. I know it's a game that absolutely blew up a few years ago. I'm pretty certain PewDiePie played it and a lot of other, prominent YouTube game type people. But me, myself, have never touched this game. That wasn't good grammar, was it? I, myself, have never touched this game. There we go. Feel smarter now. Regrew a few brain cells. I like horror games, I really do. I've always enjoyed horror games, but I find that so many of them completely miss the mark, but I've only heard good things about this one. Some of them, even the big names like Outlast, get, a bit of positive and negative, but this one I've literally only heard good things about, so maybe I won't hate this one? Maybe? I mean, as I say, I really enjoyed Resi 7 and Amnesia, but outside of that, I've not proper enjoyed a horror game since, like, the early 2000s, so I'm hoping this one's going to change my mind. Let's jump in, shall we? Instead of sitting here looking at the slider, shall we just leave this at default? We can see that. I mean, we can get it lower and still just about see it, but I'm happy with the default. I don't want the game to be too completely pitch black. I like this middle canvas. It's got the fancy engravings and shit. We're going for that one. Oh, we need to name our save slot. Okay, we shall name it. We shall name it. Oh, well, that'll do. In accordance with this actually really nice menu music. I honestly don't want to start the game because I know the menu music's going to end, and I'm really liking it. It's really spectral. Oh, look at that. That guy looks sad about something, or is it a girl? I don't know. Could be either. They're not best pleased with the scenario. Shall we play it then? There we go, we need to double click. Layers of Fear is a unique immersive game experience in which every decision affects the narrative. I've heard that one before. As in life, it is the doors you open, the memories you take with you, and the shadows you explore that will define who you are. This may be our game, but it is your journey. Ooh, that was that's bollocks, isn't it? It's their journey. It's their journey, really. But, it's not going to stop me enjoying it. Let's have a quick look at the graphical settings. Yeah, it is set to maximum resolution. Quality's on medium. Can we put that to high? Can we go for it? What's the worst that could happen, eh? We'll soon find out what the worst that can happen is. May have to turn that back down. We will see. I feel that this game's a few years old though, and very indie, so I can't imagine it's that demanding, right? Right? He said optimistically. Not all the painting aesthetic is about. Rain and footsteps.
I know how you must feel. Lost. Alone. Hopeless.
Actually a bit hopeful, to be honest, but...
You probably deserve it.
Ouch!
But even for you, there is still a way. A way to bring it all back.
Bring it all back now. Don't
the one
stop, sorry.
Precious thing you ever truly desired. Finish it.
Finish him! Every portrait that is painted with feeling is a portrait of the artist, not of the sitter, said Oscar Wilde in The Picture of Dorian Gray. Are we in control? We're a bit wobbly, a bit woozy. I'm never a fan of that. I hope this isn't a permanent fixture in the game. I hope this is only a Make my characters come home drunk or something, because otherwise I'm going to get very aggravated with the my character's inability to just look straight ahead. That's oh, okay. Interesting controls. We need to move the mouse to open a door. I've happened to just pressing E, hey? Dear sir, we would like to ask you to cease bothering our pest control specialist, as well as refrain from sending us any more of your highly inappropriate letters. I'll have you know that my mother is a respectable, not responsible woman who does not take kindly to such accusations. All of our employees that have visited your house reported absolutely no signs of a rodent infestation of any kind, and as such decided not to act further than a prophylactic spraying. Prophylactic, that's the word. Please treat this letter as a final warning, or else the next envelope you'll receive will be from our lawyers. With best regards, Cold Denton, Pesky Pests Pacification Company. Okay, so from that we're given to assume that our character is imagining mice, or rodents of some description, because he's crazy, which explains why he can't keep his head fucking still. This is a picture of some dudes shaking hands, but he clearly doesn't like this fella very much. This guy's clearly got some issues. What do we have here? Sir, I didn't touch the workshop, just like you asked, although I can't imagine the mess that's inside. Also, if you care so much for that room, maybe you should pay more attention to where you leave the keys. I brought them back to your office. Have a nice day. Yeah, I read that, that's fine. Right, so presumably this is the workshop, which is locked, and we need the key from the office. Is this the office? No, that looks like the basement. Well, if I know one thing about horror films, at least, it's never go down to the basement, because there's a serial killer down there. So we'll ignore that. What's this? Something Mulligan Avenue, 7C, Poppiel. This is a dog collar. Is our dog missing? That's sad. That's not a good way to start a game. My dog's gone missing before. It's a hard time, especially when you don't find them and you have to go to bed and you can't sleep properly because you know your dog's missing, and then you get up in the morning and it's at a vet because someone took him to a vet, which is a bit odd. Why not just call the number on the collar? But no, they took him to a vet, and then I had to go pick him up. And I couldn't actually pick him up because I was in work, so I had to send my mum to pick him up. It's a good story. Someone has a below-the-knee prosthesis, which might explain my character's slightly wonky walk, but since he has no feet, there's no proof of that either way. We have a bath, which appears to be running, but we also can't turn off, so I guess we're just living with that now. What's in here? Towels. Exciting stuff. Gripping it. Ah, is it this that's running? There we go. Whew. Got rid of that sound. Oh look, it's me. I'm blurry and Victorian. Can't tell if my leg's fake or real. I'm surprised, I'm looking in a mirror in a horror game and nothing's leaping up behind me. Also, I actually have a reflection, which, you know, points to this game for that. Huh, I've got one of those lightning-powered toilets, apparently. Right. What's this room? I really wish I put the brightness up a little bit. I cannot see shit right now. I really cannot. As the old... That's a different pest control service to the one we were apparently writing offensive letters to. What is this? A mousetrap. Makes sense. You would get some of them if you had a... Quite a few of them, apparently. Yeah, this guy's gone fucking nuts with the mousetraps. Doesn't help though, does it? It doesn't help, there's always more mice. Eek, eek. Can we snuff out the candle? No. That's probably for the best, it's dark enough in here. Found a clock. Apparently the time is 20 to 11, or 23 minutes to 11, if we want to be a bit more exact about it. which is the spookiest time of the day. We could go upstairs, but there's lots of scary What the fuck is that? Why would you hang that on your wall? That's horrific. Sure seems happy about something. If you're gonna live in a big spooky mansion on your own, at least don't hang, like, pictures of serial killers all over the fucking place. Let's see what's in this room. Oh, we broke some wine. Figured you'll be up all night, so I made you a little treat. You know, I bet even Rembrandt occasionally took time off from being brilliant and shoved his head off. That's what that says, isn't it? Shoved his head off like the rest of us common folk. Snored his head off. Is it snored? That definitely looks like a H. Like the rest of us common folk. I know, gasp. In other words, get some sleep, you big dummy. I love you. Okay, so it seems like we don't actually live here alone. Maybe we have a sleeping wife upstairs or something. I wish she'd fucking cleaned up the wine, though. I mean, come on, make me a treat, fine, put some food out for me, which appears to just be raw vegetables, you know, she's not much of a cook. But then she fucking dropped wine all over the floor and was just like, oh, fuck it, I'm going to bed. This is how my husband likes to have his wine. With, I mean, there's 2 complete bottles, and shards enough to make at least 1/3 bottle of wine. Just dropped on the floor. Just willy-nilly. Paint, rosé doré, burnt umber, sienna, brushes, times 25 brushes. He's only got 3 paints. What's he going to use all those fucking brushes for? Air fresheners, 50 packs. Apples, 10 kilograms. Booze, 30. I need 30 booze. Probably because I keep smashing the bottles all over the fucking floor. My stupid wife does. A jar of sugar and a jar of paprika. And some more sugar. And I believe that's more sugar. Wow. These guys apparently just eat raw vegetables and sugar and knock back entire bottles of wine before smashing them on the floor. Would you believe I just got jump scared by those herbs? I swear I didn't notice those herbs before, and I just sort of turned back around and suddenly saw them and was like, ah, what are they doing there? Herbs! Herbs! Oh look, more sugar and paprika. That's all you need. Paprika and sugar. Oh, oregano. Wow, they're branching out. But for the most part, nothing but sugar and paprika. That's enough for any man. And jump scare herbs. What's this? Just a bucket of coal. Cool. Well, that's the least interesting kitchen I've ever been in, but I tried. I tried to explore it thoroughly. Still not going down to the cellar. We go up rather than down. Even if it does mean going past the spooky portraits. The spooky portraits. Over here we have the piano. Some music sheets. Don't know what that's for. Yeah, good thing. Good thing the piano decided to violently close itself, because this guy is fucking tone deaf. Deaf? Tone deaf, I just said. What was that? What did I just do? Was that me, or was that a spooky noise that was meant to scare me? I don't know. Something just went thunk. There's a bit of a clattering going on. Oh, I don't think that's wine, is it? Oh well, we'll worry about that later. What's this note say? Been working all night, don't wake me up. Yeah, fuck you, I'm gonna wake you up. Hello?
Tumbling all around, tumbling all around, tumbling all around, so funny. Stumbling here and there, stumbling everywhere, and I must declare, I stepped
Well, that's this video copyright claimed. Every single one of my Bioshock videos got copyright claimed because it had some old-timey gramophone music in it. It's the curse of the YouTube. A ring. Very nice. Look at that. Looks precious, doesn't it? As our wife left us. Oh, that's a wall of text, isn't it? Galactic's grand opening in flames. Disastrous fire at the new department store leaves dozens fighting for their lives. The long-awaited opening of the Galactic department store turned into hell on Earth when the building's wiring burst into flames. While the majority of the visitors managed to reach the emergency exits in time, several unfortunate attendees were trapped in the back of the building, having no chance to escape the raging inferno. The exact number of casualties has not yet been determined, although it is estimated that at least a dozen people have been severely injured. The owner of Galactic, Ronald Sheffield, has so far declined to comment on today's tragic events. Okay, so fire and death. I feel like something has happened here. Like, there was a note on the door, presumably from the wife, saying she'd gone to bed, but she's clearly not in bed. Sorry, couldn't sleep. The leg's been acting up again. Figured I might as well do some work, love you. Okay, well. She left her stick, though. Do we believe that the wife is dead, and he's just left all of her past notes lying around the house as some sort of memento? You know, because he can't let go or something. Or maybe this blood has something to do with it. Who could say? Oh, we can't go in there because it's locked, so I guess we'll never know. It's doing that weird veiny thing on the door. Just pointing things out. Just noticing stuff. What's in this room? That's creepy as fuck, isn't it? Baby-faced mutton chop man up on the wall there. Bum 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 bum. Seriously, that is a horrible. Are those eye holes cut out? Is it one of those you can watch people through the wall sort of things? You would not want this picture behind you while you're doing shit, would you? Knowing that this guy's drilling his eyes into the back of your head while you're trying to do your studies. Whatever your studies may be. Picture of Red Riding Hood. Oh. I don't remember it going like that. Oh no, that was him eating the grandmother. Yeah, that's exactly how it went. Oh, it definitely didn't go like that though. She killed him, right? Well, we got the key. I'm sorry I'll make it up to you. Tonight is all about you and me. Let's make it special. You promised. I promise no such thing. My dear friend, let me ask you one simple question. Have you completely lost your goddamn mind? I know you're going through some hard times right now, I really do. That's why I agreed to let you do those illustrations in the first place, for old time's sake. I deliberately gave you a trivial task because I expected Little Red Riding Hood to be something you could draw in your sleep. What I didn't expect was to get this demented nightmare fuel you submitted for a kid's bedtime story. There is no way in hell I'm using this, and I already regret agreeing to payment in advance. Please get your shit together. Your old pal, Liam Brickstone. Yeah, well, evidently that's not how the story goes, so he got it wrong. I would accept the fucking weird drawings if they at least made sense to the story. But Old Riding Hood won. Old Riding Hood? Red Riding Hood won. Old Riding Hood, the grandmother, she died. Or possibly she, like, was alive inside the wolf's stomach or some bullshit. I can't remember exactly. It's been a while since I've read a fairy tale, I'm not going to lie to you. Something just cluttered and clittered and clattered. I'm going to make a point of not turning around and looking at that picture anymore because it's spooky. Was that footsteps? Probably. Can't go in there. Can, however, go in here. Oh, the kids' room. Children's rooms are always a very impressive go-to, aren't they? You don't have to do much in a horror game to make a room that once belonged to a child fucking terrifying. Oh, a music box. Oh, there we go. I assume that's meant to be a rattle. It's fucking weird though. What's in here? Some stuff. And a bowl. A bowl. A little soldier man. Is that the child? He's little, isn't he? Turn this light off, we don't need that on. Very inappropriate at this time of night. You should be sleeping, Mr. Soldier Boy. Oh, an entire drawer full of trains. That's awesome. This kid had some good shit. And there's Mummy and Daddy skipping through the field. Nothing spooky on the back. That's unfortunate. It's a wasted opportunity, wasn't it? Crayons and shit. Letter blocks. This kid had no clothes. Just all of its fucking chest of drawers are filled with toys. To Anna Gebehrnis Kodiat for one. Ooh. Oh, look. Shelves full of dolls. Didn't even notice them before. If you want to spook me up real good, then dolls are the way to do it, I'm telling you. Chucky was a mistake. Why is there not an easier way around there? This is a poorly designed house. Hello again, friend. Still having a chuckle. Good for you. Time to head into the workshop. Sounds like it's midnight. Or 11. It was 20 to 11 before, right? So yeah, it's probably 11. So these will be my paintings, will they? These are the things I've been doodling. Is this some sort of abstract art piece? Someone would spend so much money on that. I'm not even gonna lie. It may look like a load of old shit, but some people, they like old shit. I told you he had too many paintbrushes. That is way too many paintbrushes. Because he keeps snapping them in half. That's the problem. If you want a paintbrush to last, right? Good idea is not to snap them in half. Generally speaking. What's in this one? A note. I'm so sick and tired of us talking through these notes. We live in the same house, for God's sake. Come talk to me when you're done. Before you go to sleep. Did the wife die? Because dying is spookier. Or did she just leave him? Because he's, you know, fucking mental. I wanna open this. Just paint. Anything to read in here? Nope. There's lots of pieces of paper, but only certain ones apparently deserve reading. Alright, okay. Well, that cleared that off. Is there going to be something under this canvas? There is, isn't there? Going to be a spooky canvas thing. Yeah, good wine, good wine. And in this one, more good wine. Oh. Locked cupboard. Get it right this time. Alright. Reveal! It's covered up for a reason. I just got the achievement called that. It's covered up for a reason. And the reason is because it's bad, I guess. I mean, it doesn't look like it's... I suppose you got the red on it, which is probably a bad thing. But other than that, it looked like a solid base. You just need to fill in a few details, you know? What was the point of coming in here? I've not got like any keys. I've seen my artwork, which I'm assuming it's my artwork. I mean, I may not be the crazy drunk man in question. He might be stalking the halls, ready to bottle me. But I'm assuming I am that man. That frame just sort of popped in weirdly when I looked at it then. It's the spookiest thing so far. Next to those herbs, obviously. If anything's ever going to top the herbs. Well, that was the workshop. Oh, it's done this. It's played this old trickery on me. I just saw that camera effect pop on. Don't think I didn't. Alright, what lies behind here then? Something scary? Bit of lightning. Some sort of sitting room type shenanigan. Oh, but notice that the window's open and leaking all over the floor. That's not very good housekeeping. Good books. I love a good book, me. Pretty certain this is the same picture I was looking at a minute ago in the painty room. Just out of reach. Can I? Oh. I guess I can't. Well, you can't say I didn't try. At least the window's shut now, so we won't have this. Is that a little fish? It's a little fish in the. Of course, it's not a fish, Joe. Don't be fucking stupid. Why would there be a fish? It doesn't rain fish. Oh look, it's different again. Going in circles. No, I'm pretty certain this is a new place. It's just... it's not where it should be. Come on, when's the jump scare going to happen? We've not had one yet. It's not a horror game without a jump scare. Keep coming back to this picture, don't I? What is it actually of? Let's get a proper look at it. It seems to be like a hangman's thing. The stick thing. A big fish. A scary black shadow giving the stabbings to this lad. And something just off camera holding a stick. That doesn't really tell us much, does it? I don't know what this is going to be. There's bad whisperings happening though. Do we need to find the safe code? Is that our next task? Did I read this? Nope. Don't know if I'm just meant to leave the room again and have the next corridor be something else. Save the date of some sort of wedding invitation, I assume. Yeah, celebrate the wedding and the... Is this going to be like the wife getting remarried? Kind of harsh to send him an invitation, to be fair. Hello, pensive man. I like your spectacles. What do we have in here? Nothing. Well, wasn't that good? Oh, hello. There's some... Can light some candles. Oh, the walls are melting. And that's fine, because it told us a code. 548. Maybe it was just really like... The heat was just very not heat resistant. The heat? The paint on the paintings. It all melted. Special paint. There's an explanation for everything. That's 548, right? 5 4 Whispery whispery. Is this the start of Hellblade or what? Open. The past holds back. Look closer. It's the ring again.
The thought alone that the most beautiful piece of art doesn't have my name on it is killing me. So, will you marry me?
Called it. It was the wedding ring in that drawer upstairs. Which means... Well, I suppose it could mean still that she died, but it does seem more like she left him and then tried to get remarried. That's my take on the scenario so far. Was this door always here before? This door magically appeared. Oh, and the recently vacated rocking chair. More interested in what's in this cupboard though. Could be anything. Like a note. You've been snooping around my workshop again. For the last time, you're not allowed in that room, even if the door happens to be open. I forbid it. This is your last warning. Next time, you'll have to look for a new job. Okay, that's presumably to the maid. Presumably. That's my guess on that one. Seems like he wouldn't describe his wife as having a job. Unless he married his cleaner. That's possible, I suppose. I've seen this. This is a Time Splitter's boss. He's going to come out the wall. That was fucking cool. I love Time Splitters. Why is every game not Time Splitters? It's been a long time since I played that game. I might have to dig it out again. Not the first one, obviously the first one was shit, but 2 and Future Perfect. Fucking ace games. Some dominoes. There's a game that looks like the most boring thing in the world. Oh, that's a painting. Is it? I actually can't tell if that's meant to be a painting. Oh, whoa, fuck. Huh. And the spookies begin. I've been dumped in a black void, as far as I can tell. I would love to be able to see shit right now. I can apparently see well enough to read this note, but I just can't see, you know, a foot in front of my face otherwise. My love, even though you have not been born yet, I can feel already your presence. It's a note to the unborn child. It's simply amazing. I just can't believe how lucky I am. A year ago, all I had was talent and ambition. Oh, it's alright, don't blow your own horn too much, mate. Now, against all odds, I have a career, a loving husband, and you. I've never been a deeply religious person. I guess what other people would look for in a sermon, I found in perfecting my art. Wait, is the wife the painter? Is the wife the painter? Have I had this on its head the whole time? Huh. But now I can't help but feel like there's a higher power watching over me. They once told me that I would never succeed as a musician. Now I'm playing sold-out concerts at some of the most prestigious venues in the country. It was a department store that burnt down, not a concert venue, wasn't it? So, okay. They also said I had a difficult character and I would never find a soulmate. Guess again. Finally, a doctor told me that I would never be able to have children of my own, and yet here you are, within me. I'm quite possibly the happiest woman in the world. I love you so much. Now, was the child... No, the child must have been born, because there was a drawing, wasn't there? I was going to say maybe the child was stillborn and there was issues there, but... Hello! I'm just sort of looking for tropes at this point, to be honest. Is this the cellar? Is this where I didn't want to come down to? Hello! You know, as a rule, paintings aren't meant to follow people. I don't know if we've ever been over these ground rules before, but if you could just stay over in your corner where you belong, that would be great. Should never have turned on the lights. Apparently, they don't like that. Is there anything behind him? There was this. Dust mice, even in my lungs, there is always more. Grotesque vermin, dirt. God, I keep getting a lot of achievements. They're fucking flying out at the moment. So it's one of those... Is that why it's so highly rated? Because it's one of those games that gives you loads of achievements and then your gamer score goes up or whatever. It's not impossible. Fuck. Hey look, mice. They're real. They're real. Okay, this wasn't the cellar. This was a slightly different place. This picture again, though. Gets around, doesn't it? Old head rag. Oh, wait, this is where the baby was, and now the baby's in the antlers. This all seems very symbolic, doesn't it? Like she sacrificed her parental responsibilities in favour of her artistry. See? It's all a big clever metaphor. And I understand it, because I am smart. Is that picture meant to be bugging out like that? Is that a texture glitch, or is that actually, like, spookiness? feel like that's just a texture glitch. It's not very scary, is it? It just looks like a texture glitch. Bit of Z fighting going on there. Someone clearly didn't place the picture in quite the right location. Oh, none of these are quite right, are they? Paint deep lies.
Now, a tiny bit to the left. Yes, just like that. Hold that pose. I want to get all those lovely curves just right.
See, now that was a male voice doing the drawing. Not painting, admittedly. I don't think this is painting anyway. But, so were they both painters? Were they a family of painty men? Or was the wife just very deep voiced? What is this? Another soldier. Is this the son? Did he grow up? Screeching arsonists, echoing screams, they stop at nothing. I don't go down easy. Good to know. Don't want an easy wife. There's the rats again. They're not real though. They're hallucination rats, just like everything else. There's not really any spookiness happening. My character's just crazy. Do they just run into the fireplace and die? I wasn't really watching them. I feel like maybe I should have been, but... Oh. Now what? I was expecting something to happen with that picture, but... What the fuck was that? I don't even know what that jump scare was meant to be. There was just a pile of stuff and then it fell down. I mean... If you're going to try and spook me, at least, you know, pull out the stops. Make sense. Give me some sort of... I was praising your cleverness before with the baby metaphor, but... That one just felt like, let's just have some shit move, that'll be fun. Oh, is this where we were before? I've completely lost track now. This game has pulled the doors lead to different places trick so many times, I've completely fucking lost track of where I am. This was the corridor with the... Oh, this is new, we've not heard any sobbing women before. I guess we can't go in and console her.
Hello. It's about time for us to talk, don't you think? I mean, I've seen you in my house so many times, and yet I could never find the courage to face you directly. Not until now.
Well, okay, we'll talk. Let me in, and we'll have a chat. Am I the ghost? Is that the twist here? Is this like some Sixth Sense bullshit? That's quite the painting, isn't it? It's like he just backhanded her for making a sandwich wrong. This kid's totally fine with it. Well, she does keep putting pickle on him. Oh, we're back in the paprika shed. Or the other paprika shed, I suppose. You never have enough paprika. Evidently not. Jesus Christ, look at that. It is genuinely all paprika as well. This can't just be laziness, surely. I was taking the piss before, just assuming that they just copy-pasted the paprika jar because it was easy, and they didn't expect anyone to look that closely, but... You can't fill an entire room with paprika and not think people will pick up on it. This has got to be an intentional... an intentional thing. First step is the deepest, baby, I know. Kitchen again? Kitchen again. There's them spooky herbs. You'll not get me this time, boys. Remember when at the start of this game we sort of had freedom to explore the house, and now we're just in an infinite corridor of just the same shit over and over again? They just run out of ideas. Let's play with the scale, shall we? Oh, the herbs have a reflection. It's a JPEG, and it's terrifying. Oh, what just happened there? Someone knocking? Come in. You wanna come talk? The fuck? Shall we go look at the picture then, and then have something else spooky happen? Yep. Oh look, the fruit's coming out of the picture. That's cool. That's really useful. That's probably why they got so many raw vegetables around, because this fucking picture keeps producing them all.
First, I looked for a canvas. Not just any canvas. I had to find a knife. Not one of those bread ones. It needed to be as sharp as a razor. So I used a razor, in fact, and then carefully flayed the skin.
Wait, what?
Booze helped keep my hand steady.
Okay, this just took a turn. Who did he flay? Whose skin was he painting on? This isn't just depressed artist anymore. This is some dark shit. And here it is. Here it is. The painting. The magnum opus. Deep breaths. Remember, you're a professional. It's just the first few strokes, and then you're over the hump. What's so hard about it? So, before we have a look at this picture, I've changed my mind. The wife didn't leave him. He killed the wife. Decided to paint on her skin because, as he said, she was the most beautiful thing he didn't have. As such, she would make the perfect canvas for his painting. God, he's a messed up fellow, isn't he? As foretold by the Red Riding Hood pictures. Alright. It's like he's done with the photo album. Aha! Well, that's the letter to the child again. Oh, is this like... It's like a logbook. Is this where it's going to store all the notes that you find? Seems I've only found one note in that case, which isn't strictly true. Shapeless dreams. Right. Are we ready for this? Are we ready to look at the art? Just these again. We've seen these. Oh, this is because they're being collected here. Okay, gotcha. Oh, it's still just this. Something's going to happen when we do that, though, isn't it? Psych ourselves up for this. What does this note say? Hate, even now, lost. You deserve it. Finish it. Still no access to that cupboard. I think we just made more of a mess. Oh, the flamingos. Oh, that's great. That's like creepy flamingo painting. I love it. It's one of those things where you look at it and it's like, oh, it's just a mess, and then you suddenly realise there's actually shapes in the mess, and it's something. The mess is something. I don't know why there's like this string of phlegm here connecting the two flamingos, though. That's a bit gross. Shapeless dreams, yeah. They were shapeless, but then they made sense. There was shape. It's all so clear to me now. I'm understanding. That's bullshit, I'm not understanding anything. But I'm making pot shots. I'm giving this game my best guess. And that's all you can really ask from me, really, isn't it? Really. Alright, well this is new. I guess we'll take the elevator. Can we go the other way with it? It would appear not. No, we can only go right. So right it is. Was that not how we, like... how we do? Do we just do that and then leave? Well, the door's locked behind us, so I guess we ain't leaving. Oh, we need to pull this across probably, right? I'm trying, I really am trying. There we go, we did it. Now take me somewhere. I don't understand old-timey elevators. There we go. Now we're cooking. Let's take a ride on the wild side. The wild side, of course, being a slightly rickety elevator. Was I meant to have seen something then? I heard the violin screech, but I didn't actually see what we were looking at. Sorry, I missed that one. I might go back and look at it in the edit and pay more attention. It might have been a major plot point, but I didn't understand it. I'm sorry. This house is big, isn't it? It looked quite small to begin with. It was just, not small, obviously. It was a lot bigger than my house in real life, but, you know, pretty standard family home. But it just seems to keep going. Well, the doors are locked, so, except this one. Oh, of course, it has more paintings in it. Just a room with a chair and some paintings. Are they going to do something spooky? Oh, key. We'll get that in a second. First. Dear sir, while I can certainly understand that you're upset and I have nothing but sympathy for your wife and yourself, I must categorically state that I do not wish to receive any further correspondence from you in this matter. Any skin graft procedure, here we go, is extremely complicated and inherently associated with the risk of failure. Having stated that, I assure you that me and my colleagues at St. Anne have made every effort to ensure a positive outcome for your wife. Personally speaking, I believe we have done the best job possible considering the extent of tissue damage. You are, of course, entitled to your opinion, and I can certainly understand your disappointment. What I do not understand is how you seem to think writing hateful letters to me or my fellow doctors will ameliorate the situation. As I have already stated, I can certainly understand that you have been under a lot of stress of late, and thus I will not press charges if you refrain from future correspondence. Let me make it absolutely clear that I will not tolerate any further threats aimed at my staff, my family, or myself. If you wish to seek psychological help, I can have my assistant provide contact information of several specialists who will be more than competent to help you through these hard times. With regards and best wishes for you and your wife, William H. Green, MD. Interesting. So maybe I jumped to conclusions earlier. Maybe our good friend, the main character, the character in question, who as yet has no name, Mr. Painter Man, possibly. Still not quite sure who's doing the painting. Someone certainly is there. His wife, also a painter, had severe tissue damage. Which leads me to either one of two conclusions. Either the wife got somehow harmed, burned or something, and the whole knife and canvas and all that bollocks he was going on about was our dude getting skin from somewhere else to graft onto his wife. Or the tissue damage was a result of him you know, my original thoughts, him flaying his wife for a canvas, but then she lived through it and he went, she got repaired at the hospital. I don't know. Either way, he didn't seem exactly happy with the results, but it's all a bit, yeah, let's take the key. Nothing? Really? Nothing. Nothing at all. Okay. Well, the corridor's changed, but not a lot. There's a picture of a piano lady and there's piano music. That's clever.
Why did you stop? That tune was perfect. Honey, please, just a little longer. At least until I finish painting this one part. Oh, don't make me beg.
So she was definitely a musician, at least. She said she was an artist, but maybe she was just, because a musician is obviously an artist. Maybe that's what she meant. I instantly took that to mean she was a painter, but no, yeah, I guess she was a musician and he was a painter. I'm just a fucking idiot. Oh. Huh. Alright. What a weird alcove. No, this key doesn't do that one. It does this one. The room of many doors. Which door do we choose? I like this one. Oh. Spooky attic. Maybe I don't like that one. I like this one. See, this is better. Just some books. Just some nice friendly books. Nothing to be spooked by. And this is just a few shirts. So trying to get a handle on the time period for this game. It seems quite, you know, maybe not Victorian, Edwardian or something like that. You know, like early 1900s. Seems to be something. But then, like, stuff like skin grafts, and I'm sure there was something else he mentioned earlier that seemed more futuristic. More modern day, I don't know. Well, I guess we better venture up. Nothing bad has ever been in an attic in a video game. Certainly not hell. I'm a bit wary about walking over those floorboards. I feel like I might drop into a pit of fire, so instead let's just go through this door. Oh, that's a good noise. Oh yes, something definitely happened to the baby. 100%. There's no two ways about it anymore. Baby was the wife was in an accident. Lost the baby. After they'd already prepared the room and everything, of course. Unless she was still pregnant when he took the skin from her and that killed the baby. I don't know. Somehow the baby was lost. I don't know who drew the little crayon drawing though, if that's the case. Unless there was two kids. It's also a possibility. Fucking rats. Do we have here? Warning signs. The following list is a why can I not say the word compilation? That's not that difficult. Of the most common symptoms of schizophrenia. While typically diagnosed between the ages of 15 and 25, the disorder is known to affect older patients as well. Note that these symptoms are not exclusive to schizophrenia, but should by no means be treated as conclusive evidence of this particular affliction. In order to obtain a proper diagnosis, you must contact a qualified specialist, i.e. psychologist, psychiatrist. A blank expression stares off into space. Yes. Involuntary facial movements. Yes. Insomnia. Haven't noticed. Well, I thought he never went to bed. That's kind of insomnia. Unusual gestures or postures. Always had that. Unable to experience joy from activities. Definitely. Depersonalization. What does that even mean? Awkward, clumsy movement. Might be from the accident. There was an accident then. Definitely an accident. Prone to anger, resentment. More passive aggressive. Lack of motivation. Yes. Suicidal tendencies. So if our boy was schizophrenic and his wife was diagnosing him on the sly, that could cause some sort of resentment and possible lashing out. Just saying. Right. Now we have our choice of 3 routes. And rather than pick any of them, I'm going to wonder how to save this game. Whatever. I'm gonna double check that this game auto saves, but I'm sure it does, and pick this up next time. But yeah, this is Layers of Fear. It's pretty spooky. It's pretty spooky. Yeah, they weren't wrong when they were talking this one up. I can see why it's so well received. Definitely better than the other horror games I've tried to play on this channel in the past, I can tell you that much. We'll pick it up, as I say, we'll pick it up next time. You know, next time I feel like picking it up, that is. Not necessarily tomorrow, but at some point soon. And we will continue to be spooked by dolls and paintings and other such inanimate objects. And until then, don't flay your wife, I suppose, is the best advice I can give you in this scenario. And I'll see you then. Bye-bye.